Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of the Wicked Wild's Campfire Tales. As we continue our Camp Wicked Wild, we're here for another week to bring a smile to your face and teach you the truth. Joining me as always is Jeff. How are you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing okay. I'm going to this one blind this week, so I'm right here with these other two fine people.
Just the way I like it. Hey, Jeff, can I ask you a question?
Please do.
If you were on a plane, right, and it crashed in the forest, and you could only find one object that will try to help you survive the forest, do you think you could survive if all you found was a shoestring?
No.
You wouldn't even try? I can think of 39 uses for a shoestring.
I would not make it. I can tell you that right now.
You'd use that shoestring to choke yourself.
yeah. I'd put myself out of my misery. I can't go a few hours without internet, so you know what I mean? Like,
you don't think the will for wanting internet would force you to try to survive?
I mean, where's the forest at? Are we talking like the rainforest? Are we talking like up the road here from my house forest? Like,
well, let me ask you a question. What do you prefer? Or what scares you more, wolves or bugs?
Probably bugs creep.
Then the rainforest. You crash right in the rainforest.
Yeah. So.
All right, fair enough. Well, you know what? Maybe tonight you'll change your mind.
All right.
I guess tonight you'll change your mind. Also joining us is Mary. How are you doing, Mary?
I am living the dream.
Okay. All right. That sounds like fun. Hey, Mary, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If you were on a cruise boat, right? You're one of them cruises. And just
do you mean a ship by chance?
Yeah, a cruise ship. Yeah, cruise ship. Yeah, I'm in a cruise ship. And just like we've seen on the news, so often they get stranded out in sea and they get filled with poop. Do you think you can survive in that situation?
No, I wouldn't be on there in the first place.
But what if you had to be on there?
I would literally jump off of the ship.
But what if Sage came to you, your cat, and was like, I would like to take a cruise?
I would say find another idea.
All right, fair enough. Well, you know what? Maybe tonight you'll determine that you have the inner strength to be a true predator, huh?
Probably not, but okay.
Also joining us is Dave. How are you doing, Dave?
Hello, you. How's it going?
Good. Hey, Dave, can I ask you a question?
As long as you want an answer.
I do want an answer. Now, Dave, I know you are a man like myself who came from the woods. But do you think that if you were on a guided bus tour that crashes in the forest, the only thing you have left to survive is your 3 severed fingers? Those are your only items that you can get out of the wreckage. You think you can survive with 3 severed fingers and missing those 3 fingers from your hand?
Oh, 100%.
What would you do with them fingers?
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
All right. Fair enough. No.
I got a question for Mary.
Okay.
Is there something to the fact that you keep showing up on all Vi's podcasts? Are you trying to supplant him on these?
Yes, I have an evil plot.
Well,
speaking of predators.
Yeah. Hey. Well, I had to tell her because tonight is a night where only the Mole King comes out on top.
Don't you mean on the bottom?
No, I'm king, so I'd have to be on top. Everybody knows king's on top.
I don't know what that means.
The top of the bottom.
Yeah, top of the bottom. You know exactly what that means, Dave. You know exactly what that means.
Do I?
You do. So I know I gave a spoiler getting a Camp Wicked Wild that, some code words what we're going to talk about. But then we watched this Prey movie about the Predator. And while I was watching it, I got scared. Because I was concerned that if you fine folk would ever find yourself face to face with a predator, you wouldn't survive. So I thought tonight, as the Mole King does, I would test how easily you could spot the predator. Because if you spot him, that's halfway to beating him. So we're going to find out tonight who's a contender to be a predator, and unfortunately, who will end up being prey. And if I had to put a bet on who's going to win this, it's going to be me.
The person who's managing
we all know it's a moving target. So.
How dare? Well, listen. In real life, all targets are moving. Okay. This is a life lesson.
Have you ever been to Target?
I have been to a Target.
I've never seen it move.
Well, not the store Target, but I mean, like, not
You
the
used
store.
an encompassing statement. You said all targets move in real life.
Hey,
You know
Jeff,
what?
let's leave the dad jokes to me.
You know
okay?
what? I'm gonna go back on my statement. Jeff, have you ever measured a target to see if it's ever moved?
I have. Mm-hmm.
You literally went out there with a measuring tape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. When I was younger, we went to shooting range a lot.
Not that Target. I mean the store Target.
What is happening?
Well, Jeff asked me if I would been to the store. You know what? Let's just start this game.
Jeff's already in his head.
Here's how the game works. I went scouring into the far off recesses of the dark knowledge to find obscure tales of cryptids and urban legends of things that are considered predators. They hunt people, look for them, and hurt them.
Is the predator considered a cryptid?
Yeah, sure. I'd say so.
Okay.
Because how do you know it wasn't based on?
To be clear,
How do you know it wasn't based on a true story?
I don't. That's why I came here to find that out.
Exactly. So the way the game works, it's going to be kind of like when I determine whether or not any of you fools run a cult. I have 4 small tales of cryptids for you, of true predators. Your job is to determine which one I made up. So I'll present the tale. You may ask your questions. You each get 1 question to try to help make your decision. And then after I present all 4, you've asked your questions, then we'll see who can spot the fake made up predator.
One question each?
1 question each. Because in a life or death situation, you only got 1 action, Jeff.
Okay.
I'm testing whether or not you can spot a predator, a fake predator, and your survival instincts.
Okay.
Because if at the end of the world, when lizard people take over, I want to know who I want at the Mole King table to help me survive. And
I have stated on multiple occasions that I don't want to survive any kind of weird situation.
Especially where Eli's going to be in charge.
Yeah.
whoa. But listen, I for the Mole Kingdom, we already got it set up. What if I said we built you a dirt room that has the finest Blu-ray collection the world has ever known?
In a dirt room? Does it?
Well, it's the kingdom. It's underground, so there's dirt
Is
on the
there power to
floor.
watch these
We
movies?
have built generators, so while you're watching them, a couple moles will be running on a track to power it up so that you can watch your movies.
This sounds like a weird situation.
Why would it be weird?
The fact that I even have to explain it to you.
So what if we just take this knowledge that you give us and provide it to your mortal enemy?
Who said I was giving you all my knowledge? I only give you pieces. I don't give you the full plan.
Well, I mean, knowledge is knowledge,
But I don't give you the full knowledge. Only I know the full knowledge. I'll always survive.
You're a very confident person.
I am a confident person. Listen, you can't be the Mole King if you're not.
Eli doesn't even let himself know everything that he knows.
Yeah.
I have plans hidden in my own brain that won't activate until I need them, and I don't even know when I'll need them.
Wow.
Yeah. I have walked a odd journey in my life that's gotten me to this point where I'm like Batman. I'm prepared for everything.
Is that called
Okay.
delusions of grandeur? Isn't that what
You some people have said that, but it's just because they don't understand, Jeff.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
They don't understand.
But how many roads does a man walk down before you can call him a man? I mean,
It's a good question.
Only the man knows when he's walked far enough down them roads to know if he's a man. And guess what? I am the man.
I
Mole
think
King
the
man.
answer is blowing in the wind myself, but that's just me.
Well, and that's why you fell for falling into a cult on an episode about trying to find out if you'd fall for a cult,
I don't think I fell for it. I think I volunteered for service.
which means you failed.
Because
Oh,
a figment cult sounds fantastic.
Jeff, you son of a bitch. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm a survivor, though. I'm not scared of that thing. I will say this, Dave. Tonight could be the night for your redemption.
Great.
Jeff, you won the cult game. Maybe this is where
Did I win?
you place your crown as the victor once again. Or maybe Mary, as the underdog, you'll come through and sweep this whole thing.
Why is Mary the underdog?
Yeah, that's rude.
Because she hasn't played any of our games before.
Yeah, but she lives with you, so I think she's
None of that makes sense.
I'm the winner.
Yeah.
Well,
Or am I the loser?
I was gonna say.
You know what? I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. Shall we play the game?
Give it a shot.
Like I said, I will present you 4 tales. After each tale, you may each ask me one question to determine whether or not this is a real predator or one that I made up. Only one of them are made up. And then at the end, you can each tell me which one you thought I made up. Tale number 1. I'm about to tell you the legend of the 3-legged lady.
Fake.
This,
So
Yeah,
hold
my
on,
heck.
before we start,
Uh-huh.
are these are these cryptids that you made up or things that are made up in general?
Okay. First off,
You know what I'm saying?
these
So,
3
like an example, let's give you an example, right? So
Okay.
like
Jeff's actually acting like there's
so
stakes at
the
this game.
3 hey, I don't like to lose.
You're a competitor.
So let's say Bigfoot, marshmallow monkey, and swamp thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
3 of
is
these.
that what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah, I
or
understand.
do them
So
actual.
to define it, I'm telling you 4 tales. 3
Okay.
of them are actual legend lore cryptids
Okay.
in their area. One I blatantly just made up.
Okay. That's why I wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
I want to hear about Marshmallow Monkey.
That's,
Yeah.
that's a different episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
He lives with the tickle monster.
I don't like this camaraderie. Okay. There's no
Well,
friends when you're
it
fighting a
happened.
predator.
Commodity.
Or you know what I was trying to say.
Shenanigans.
Camaraderie?
Yeah, that's it.
Shenanigans?
That's the word. My shenanigans. So, tale number 1. This is the tale of the legend of the 3-legged lady from Mississippi. This is considered one of Mississippi's scariest kind of legends that isn't really talked about, but the people that know are petrified. Apparently, back in the day, there was a lady whose daughter went missing. So she went out searching in the woods to try to find her because she feared that she got lost in the woods. After hours of searching, all she came across was her daughter's leg severed from her body. Her leg was laying there in the woods. In her grief and madness from finding this, and a sense of urgency that she needs to find her daughter, she took her daughter's severed leg and sewed it onto her own body to keep it safe until she found her. After that, they said she was able to move faster, and then she ran off into the forest where people couldn't find her. But then travelers on the road started talking about how they would see this 3-legged lady running very fast through the woods and chasing their vehicles they drive, screaming at them like she wanted them to stop, I'm assuming to question them. Some even say, teenagers have said that when they pulled off in this road, if they flash their headlights or honk their horns, the 3-legged lady will drop on top of the roof of their car, and then they have to hurry up and drive off as she tries to race the vehicle. And the locals always say, you do not want her to win the race. Some even say if you're walking through those woods by that road, okay, why are you laughing? Why are you guys laughing? Are you putting stuff in my face?
No.
Weirdest thing I ever heard.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so some of the locals say that if you're walking through the woods around her road, if you smell the worst rotten flesh smell you have ever smelled, that means she's in the area and you need to get out. That is the tale of the 3-legged lady. You may each ask one question. Jeff, we'll let you go first. What is your one question?
Um, is a clarification a question?
Depends on what type of clarification is.
That was his one question. Move on.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, what do you want clarified?
So is she? I guess I'll just ask the question. So
Okay.
she never actually kills anybody, or did she kill people?
Well, rumor is people have gone missing. They believe that she killed them because she'll they think she'll question you about her daughter and then kill you, even if you don't
Okay.
know the answer, which nobody knows.
Okay.
Dave,
This is also absurd. I don't even know what to ask. Like she stopped looking for her daughter
She's just like,
to
no, I'm
take
taking
her
his leg,
leg, cut the skin away,
throwing it right on
and
her.
then sew that flesh right to. And where did she? Okay,
Why
there's
does
my
the-
question because it's all stupid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where the hell did she sew this third leg?
Well,
That's-
so here's where
Exactly.
here's where it gets weird. I in my
just
research,
here.
yeah, here's where it gets weird.
just
In my
just now.
research, I saw pictures of it sewn onto the front, and I saw pictures of it sewn onto the back.
The front, like
The front of her.
in her belly, or literally on her back, or
No, like a little bit lower, waist level, so that it can touch the ground. You know.
But you have bodily functions that need that area.
Well, she's using those functions to power that leg down. I'm
Can
assuming.
I change my question?
Yeah, good. You know,
How old was her daughter when she got killed? Because
they
she
said
was like, how good? How old?
They
What
said
if
she-
it was a baby leg?
Yeah, like, that's what I mean. Like
Gross.
they said
Worse.
she was a. From what I saw, she was a teen.
that
Mhm.
seems suspicious.
Mary.
Convenient. Seems convenient.
Well, point of the game. Mary, your question.
So they're saying that she sewed this leg on and it made
Made
her
her run
run
faster.
really
Yes.
fast.
Doesn't make
So-
any sense.
She sewed it onto her and
Uh-huh.
like it just worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she would just run really fast with cars. Like
Well,
did she,
Try to stop them. She'd also, if you honk your horn and flash your lights, she'll land on top of your car.
and then do what?
Well, you
Nothing.
normally
jump on
when
your car.
people always said like when that happened, they would hurry up and drive off, and then she'd be racing up their car, and you had to get off that road before she got ahead of you because they said you didn't want her to get ahead
Did
of you.
she make like spider webs or
No,
like
she
what
didn't-
did
she
she?
did not. She wasn't a spider.
Spider
Be
Well,
Sounds,
you-
serious.
sounds like she was trained by the donkey lady. She just hates cars.
Why would she make spider webs?
Because she has more than two legs. She's on her way. I
Oh,
feel like she's trying
everything
to
with
take
more than
more
two legs.
people's.
Did my dog make spider webs?
Well, she's trying. No, because they have 2 feet and 2 hands.
Okay.
I
know,
feel
I'm
like
assuming by your
she's trying to
assumption
take
if
more
you have-
people's legs and sew them on and become a
but why,
spider
why would you
person.
need spider webs for that? Or
Because she's trying to be a
become
spider.
web?
Yeah.
Or what? Did she sew any spiders on herself?
Not that I saw. No.
I like that.
What kind of thread did she use?
It's the finest silk money can buy.
That was spider web.
That she just happened to have on her.
She
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
dental floss.
Yeah.
At least the leg was minty.
Nope, they said it smelled like rotten flesh. It was rotting on her.
This is some classic shenanigans nonsense.
That's only one of 4. Are we ready to move on to tale 2?
No.
No.
This tale
We're done.
is the terrifying tale of what they call mudmouth from Louisiana.
I've been to Louisiana. That's a lot of the population.
Way the tale goes is there was a Boy Scout troop going camping outside of a swampy area in Louisiana, and one of the boys, who was known in the area for not having many friends, had a speech impediment, and a lot of the kids made fun of him and called him Mudmouth because it sounds like he talked with mud in his mouth. So the way the story goes is on this camping trip, the kind of the adults were like setting up camp and were like cooking their dinner and stuff like that, getting stuff ready. And some of the kids had run off kind of like the edge of the swamp area and was playing. And some of the boys, because like this other boy they called Mudmouth went with them, and they were picking on him and making fun of him. And as a cool prank, as a cruel prank, they held him down and started smearing mud all over him, and then they started shoving it in his mouth, and he ended up choking on the mud and dying. And then they pushed him in the swamp into the water, and people thought he went missing. They never found him. Eventually, the boys did confess, but that did not quench the ire of this boy's spirit. The rumor says that if you're in that area of the swamp, you can see this figure with mud coming out of its mouth, mud covered in mud, walking around the swamp in between the trees. And some folks in the area have even reported that when they've been camping, they've woken up or been like woken with a fright in the middle of the night, and there's mud in their mouth, and when they kind of come to, there's mud all in their tent. And folks say that if you're walking down that area, he'll try to sneak up on you, and the only way you know he's coming is you'll hear the sound like squishing mud, like kind of someone walking through squishy mud behind you. And if you hear that, you need to run from the area.
Or what? You get dirty?
No, he'll try to jam mud in your mouth.
Did you just Google like lame cryptids or whatever? Like,
is that your question?
No, my question is: are you intentionally bad at telling stories so we can't tell which one's real, or are you just this bad at telling stories?
Who knows?
Got personal there for a minute.
Who knows, Jeff? Who knows? Jeff, you know what? Go ahead. You can ask your question.
I don't know if I have any for this one because I don't really. So what? He just stuffed mud in people's mouth?
He was trying to kill them like he was killed. Because those boys were shoving mud in his mouth. He ended up choking on the mud.
I thought he said he was drowned.
No, after they killed him, they put him in the water to try to like hide his body. They wouldn't get in trouble.
Okay, that was my question.
Okay, Dave.
So these Boy Scouts out on this camping trip were so incensed with this boy's inability to speak clearly that they just decided to murk him.
They weren't like that was their intentions. Like it was a cool prank, and stuff like that's happened before. Children are cruel.
Okay, my question, I guess, then is when did this happen?
This happened, I believe it was the late 40s, early 50s as well. Because there's a couple versions of it, and so late 40s, early 50s. The time when like that's probably like when probably I would say the last time when the Boy Scouts were taken seriously. If I'm being honest.
I was about to say, do you know when the Boy Scouts was founded?
Yeah, like they were found like they're around Roosevelt's time, right?
No.
Boy Scouts been around for a long time. Well, like they weren't. I know they changed their name, but they were something else before they became the Boy Scouts.
Okay.
They've been around for a long time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Mary.
I have no questions.
All right.
She already knows the answer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. The next tale I'm going to tell you is the tale of the Melon Heads of Michigan. You heard me right.
Themed ones.
The Melon Heads. Legend has it that
these all seem like football mascots.
Legend has it there was an asylum located in the forest area in Michigan that was mainly used for children who suffered from serious medical issues that their parents couldn't take care of them. They had a large ward for children who suffered from hydrocephalus of the head. What that means is their heads filled with fluid. So they got big fluid heads. There was a doctor there who would, because a lot of the, they were kind of, in the time, were kind of considered like mutants and stuff. A lot of parents would abandon their children there. There's a doctor, he would use them for experiments and to test different things on them. Apparently he was very cruel, very cold to the children. Well, because of all this harsh treatment and testing, they said the children became very feral and violent. And one night, the children just had enough, and they murdered the doctor while he was performing the tests, then proceeded to burn the asylum down, and then ran out into the forest where it said they still reside today. People claim that they see them. They're still children's size. They have no hair, and it says their bodies are malformed and grotesque looking. It says that they kill anybody who wanders in their woods, and folks that have gone missing in those woods to this day, because a lot of people will try to look for the asylum. A lot of folks think the melon heads is what is hunting them and killing them, and who knows what they're doing with the body because they've never found one.
Isn't that the condition that Merrick had, Joseph Merrick?
I think so, yes. A lot of fun fact for you, hydrocephalus can affect many parts of the body, not just your head.
But cephalus is like, that means head.
Right, but with the way the fluid builds up, so
wait, is this like regular syphilis?
No, it's
cephalus.
Cephalus.
Oh, I was confused. Sorry, I was like,
no.
This
bunch of dirty buggers out there.
Yeah, like
form in other places. Your body, and when it does, it almost makes a bulbous, like, head. So, Jeff, what is your question?
So these syphilitis,
syphilitic children.
What was the
hydrocephalus?
Hydrocephalus. Cephalus, not syphilis.
Yeah.
These cephalus children, were they related?
No, they were just ones that parents left at the asylum because they were born with it.
Okay.
Dave?
Yeah, my question is just a point of clarity, because I can't believe that this is actually the way this story goes, if it's true. You said that anybody who goes into this specific set of woods gets killed.
Unless they can escape, correct?
That's pretty. I mean,
some folks
give yourself an out there.
Listen, some folks have claimed that like they've seen them in the tree line and they left the area.
If they go in these woods, they're gonna die unless they don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't that like anything in life?
Fair enough. I feel like I would have heard about this if this was an area kind of like the suicide forest in Japan, that if you went into it, you're guaranteed to die.
But people have left it.
Okay.
Yep. Mary, your question?
Did you say when this happened?
So they can't find any record or place of the asylum, and locals believe that the government's doing that to cover it up. Some people say this happened in the early 1900s or late 1800s. There's even some tales I saw where they're saying like clear up like 1930s.
Okay.
All right.
That's pretty big gap.
Pretty big gap, yeah.
I don't make the rules.
You're just giving the facts. I'm
just giving the facts to you. The last tale I have to tell you may be the most frightening tale. This is the tale of the Boo Hags of South Carolina. Now, if you ask the locals of South Carolina, they believe the Boo Hags are actually relatives of vampires, with some notable key differences. Boo Hags have no skin. They just walk around skinless, and they don't drink your blood. They try to suck your breath out of you.
Not where I thought you were going with that.
Mm-hmm. And
didn't think that sentence was going to end that way, did you, Jeff?
No, I did not.
Legend goes they wander the forest, and people that seen them say they kind of almost lazily, nonchalantly just walk through the forest with no skin, because they don't mean to catch up with you during the day. Once they get a hold of your scent of your breath, though, they'll follow you, and at night while you're sleeping, they will sneak into your house, plant them lips right on yours, suck the breath right out of you, and then proceed to remove all your skin so that they can wear it, so they can blend in a little better until the skin starts rotting. Many folks believe if you hear a scratch or a drip outside your house night, it's the Boo Hag trying to get in your door. So if you see them during the day, you better hide, because you don't want them to see you and catch your scent. Jeff, do you have a question?
So they get skin when they suck your breath out? Is that what you said?
No, after they kill you by sucking your breath out, they remove your skin and wear it.
They flay you after they've killed you?
Oh, I thought you meant by like sucking your breath out. they get
No, like they suck the like
didn't
the,
make a whole lot
they
of
like
sense.
suffocate you because they basically suck all the breath out of your lungs.
Okay, so they live off the breath.
Yeah, they live off the breath.
Okay.
Yep.
All right,
Dave.
I'm going to pass on this one. On
You're gonna
asking the
pass.
question. Yeah.
Okay, Mary.
Do they find you easier if your breath stinks?
You know what? I didn't read anything about that, but I don't think they would want to suck your breath out if your breath stinks.
I feel
Ooh.
like you're easier prey.
Yeah, but who wants to like suck on some stinky breath?
I mean, it sounds like they're desperate.
You ain't got no skin. I mean,
They're like
Yeah.
nonchalantly walking around. I don't really think they're desperate.
Maybe they have that
mean-
in common with the vampires since it's a no garlic zone with the boo hags.
Maybe.
Well, then I'm safe. I love garlic.
Are you though? Maybe they like garlic. You never know.
Make up your mind.
Never.
Pick a lane.
So those are the 4 tales I presented. I will allow you each to have one more question about any of the tales, and then we will have you make your decisions. So you can ask one more question about any of the tales. Jeff?
what area of the country was three-legged lady? Did you say Texas or Mississippi or something?
It was Mississippi. Three-legged
Mississippi.
lady was Mississippi. Dave?
I'm hung up on this mud mouth nonsense. So now the spirit of this swamp, he attacks anybody who comes in and tries to fill their mouth with mud.
Yeah. It kind of like when I read it, it was kind of like a it kind of reminded me like Jason Voorhees, like, oh, I got it. Like it's like almost like an avenge thing, even though like yeah, they killed your mom, Jason, because she killed a bunch of them. Like they were defending themselves, but it's like, hey, they killed my mom. So to him, it's just people killed me, and like now I'll kill anybody.
Put mud on them.
But let me ask you this: did it fix his speech impediment? Can he scare you clearly now?
Yeah.
Apparently he doesn't. I didn't read anything about him speaking. They said he just there's like mud kind of dripping out of his mouth.
Was it?
They say
Was it? Was
That's bull crap, man.
Wasn't Mudmouth one of the guys on Fat Albert?
No, that was Mushmouth.
Oh,
Bushman.
okay.
Close. Yeah, close.
Close.
Close. Mary.
I don't have any questions at the moment.
Okay. Okay. So now it's up for
Mary
you
already
to
knows the answer.
choose to see who can survive against who could spot a predator and who has potential to survive. Jeff, which story do you believe to be false?
Now, hold on, I'm gonna name them again. There's three-legged lady race.
Three-legged lady,
There's Mushmouth.
Mudmouth,
There's
You're doing great.
the pumpkin head people.
melon heads.
All right. And what was it? The not vampire
Boo
was the
hags.
last one. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that Mudmouth one that seems dumb. So
Okay. All right.
I think
Well, you say that until you're in Louisiana and you get mud in your mouth
Well, I'm not gonna go to Louisiana ever.
that you know of.
Well, I mean,
Dave, which one do you believe is false?
Well, I didn't ask any questions about the boo hags because I know about the boo hags.
Oh, okay.
I'm familiar with that story. So, Mary, you get that one for free. I'm stuck between the three-legged lady who's biologically unsound, even for folklore.
I don't understand
But
what's so
also-
unsound about it. She has 3 legs.
Yeah, that's perfectly plausible. I'm sure the
I
bone
think
connects.
the fact that she runs faster with 3 legs doesn't make any sense. Like,
I
yeah.
There's no hip socket there. There's nothing for that
Yeah.
leg to connect to. Sure, yeah, sounds totally plausible. But I'm going to go with. I agree with Jeff. I think the mud mouth one is the one that annoyed me the most.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Mary,
Definitely the latest.
I don't know whether it's real or not, but it just made me laugh so hard that I have to go with the 3-legged lady. I hope, like, I know you said it's a teenager. I want it to be a tiny baby. Like,
Yeah,
oh
I
my
just
God.
hope she was married to the one-armed paper hanger.
yeah.
Well, listen, this leg made her run faster.
I don't
Right,
know.
but
Yeah,
it
no, it
reminds
didn't.
me. It reminds me of when Dwight Schrute said he like absorbed his twin in the womb, and now he has the strength of a grown man and a little baby.
At least his is logical.
Does anybody want to change their answer?
Nope.
Do I?
I don't know, Dave. I mean, which story do you think I'd make up? Something about mud, or something as metal as attaching a third leg to your pelvis?
I don't know. I mean, of all of those stories, the thing closest to feces talk is Mudmouth, So-
But mud isn't feces.
isn't it?
No,
The earth
it's mud.
Hey, it's worm feces.
Well,
I mean,
Talk
but
to me
worms
now.
just poop out
How about
dirt.
me
It's not even
now?
real poop. Worms don't even do real poop.
what's mud? Wet dirt.
Exactly.
Yeah, but worm poop isn't real poop. It's just dirt.
That makes no sense.
Perfect sense. All right, well, I will now tell you which was the one that I made up. I did make up Mudmouth.
Of course you did.
I
You were
did.
struggling telling us the details of that one.
I did make up Mudmouth. I wasn't struggling.
You were struggling a little
I was
bit.
str-
You should rehearse them better.
I struggled on all of them. Well, I figured that'd be part of it, make it harder if I was struggling on all of them.
Well, you're a liar because like when anybody asks you when anybody asks you questions, you're like, well, I read
I do that on purpose.
in my research.
Yeah, I do that on purpose to trip everybody up. I think,
Jokes.
Mary, you're just upset because Predator would kill you.
Whoa! Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
Just got
yeah, it
personal.
would. Like,
A three-legged lady is going to get you because
What
she's
if
real.
the next Predator movie has 3 legs?
He'll run faster.
What if he has a bunch of legs? He just keeps gluing
Listen,
people's legs
the-
on him.
And that would be great if he's
Yeah,
like, after an
just-
attack, he takes their body
Yeah,
parts
they're like,
and
they're
sews
like,
them
"Oh,
to himself.
somebody took this guy's leg.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry. The fact that you think you just owned me because you said like a super futuristic crazy alien would kill me, like, yeah.
Well, I think the
Like-
three-legged lady would catch you too.
Okay, with her tiny baby leg, sure. Like, I don't care.
Actually, the
I think
three,
Mary opened the episode with saying, I have no interest in surviving.
Right,
in
like,
this situation."
exactly. Like,
listen, you'll be happy to know, Mary, because you laughed hardest. Three-legged lady was voted Mississippi's most feared urban legend.
I also want to believe that it squeaks whenever she runs with it. Like,
Why would it squeak?
I don't know, but you know what I mean. Like she's like squeak.
They say she's very fast with that third leg.
Well, I knew it. I had a sense it wasn't her because she was also part of the freak show on American Horror Story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but in this tale, she's not a acrobat. She just chases after
Well,
you.
she can jump on cars and runs real fast. Why
Yeah,
not?
but she's too busy in the woods trying to kill people because she's looking for her daughter. There's an alternative to that tale that her lover cheated on her, so she murdered him, removed his leg and attached it to herself, and then kills any lovers that she finds in the woods.
And she's faster than them.
And
now.
she's faster.
that's even dumber. Like, oh, I'm gonna kill this person that cheated on me, take off their leg and wear it.
Yeah,
He doesn't wear it.
I feel
It's
like it
sewed
wasn't
into her.
his leg that she cut off. in
Yeah,
that
right.
You can't run on that.
Or can you?
scene.
I mean, this is not complicated anatomy. There is no third hip joint. This leg is not doing anything but
It's
hanging there.
her grief and anger and madness powers that leg.
Manifested a hip
Yeah.
joint.
I feel like it's the leg equivalent of like, take my strong hand.
No, if it didn't work, then it'd slow her down. How does she run so fast just dragging a third leg?
Maybe because it's a stupid fucking story.
Well, you tell Mississippi that who voted that as their scariest urban legend.
Okay, I'll call him up.
Okay.
Every Mississippian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every one of them.
Yes.
Melon heads, that was real. That's a real one in Michigan. And the boo hags are real as well.
I think I spaced out during melon heads because I don't remember any of that.
That's the big fluid head filled babies that kill people.
Well, when you
Cephalus.
use the proper medical term, I figured that one was probably one that was true. That didn't seem like part of the
What's
story
the-
that Eli would
What's
have
the
brought
proper medical term for a third leg?
Third legonitis.
up. Exactly.
Third legonitis.
Tripodus.
I went looking for real obscure ones. I didn't figure any guys would heard. And then as I was kind of like, Dave might have heard of boo hags.
Yeah. I think we even talked about them on that Ants
heard of 'em,
episode.
yeah.
We did. We talked about them a little bit, but
I've
I
heard
just
of-
assumed no one would remember.
I've heard of the boob hags.
You
Boo
gotta
hag.
get up pretty early in the morning.
Hey, I'm just impressed. At least 2 people got right this time.
Oh, at least 2.
Yeah, but joke is, I'm still the winner because none of you 3 would know how to kill any of these.
There it is. I knew it was going to end up being.
What?
Okay, Jeff, let me ask you: if the 3-legged lady's chasing you, how are you going to stop her?
Run her over with your car.
Well, she runs as fast as your car.
Yeah, so just run her over with your car.
How are you
Just
going to
'cause
run?
she's as fast as it doesn't mean.
But she's got 3 legs. I mean, she can jump twice as high as any person. You just jump over your car.
Shoot her with my gun. I don't know. What do you like? What's
fast.
the scenario? She's too fast for a gun.
Too fast.
A car isn't too fast for a gun. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think cars can dodge
she's
guns.
faster than a car.
You didn't say that.
You gotta
said
trip up
she's
her third
as
leg.
fast-
Everybody knows that. You gotta
As
trip up her
fast
third
as
leg.
the car.
You trip up her third leg, that takes all
She's
the
too
power.
fast for that. She's too fast.
Jeff,
for
he's
her.
not going to give you an out. He's going to keep changing
Yeah.
the rules.
I know. He does it all the time.
I've never once in my life
Nonsense.
done that.
Only every time you talked about it.
Dave, how are you stopping the melon heads? Do you got an answer?
How am I stopping them?
Yeah, if they're
I'm not
chasing
going
you in the
into their
woods to kill you.
woods.
But too late. They found you.
Oh, they found me. And
Yeah.
they're children with a rare disfigurement.
That's also been filled with drugs and experiments.
Oh, okay.
So they are,
Dave would never hurt anything. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
and that's why he failed. Predator killed him.
That's okay. He can be on my team. We'll just go float
Exactly.
away and be nice.
Mary, how you stopping the boo hags?
I don't care.
That's why they're gonna suck your breath out and wear your skin to their birthday.
That's fine. Hope they have fun.
I have an answer for all 4 of these, even the one that I made up.
How do you
Okay.
stop Mudman?
Yeah, because you're setting the rules.
Right.
These are general rules that everyone should know. Okay. They're not made up in the bit. How do you stop Mudmouth? You go for his insecurity. You make fun of his speech impediment. That slows him down because he's going to cry. You run away.
Of course.
And then, of course, if those don't work, I have the ultimate, what I call the ultimate Mole King defense plan. I shit myself. It disgusts them. I run away.
There it is.
I don't think they'd be disgusted by that. Any
If
of
I-
them.
Who wants to chase somebody that's shitting themselves?
Mudmouth.
Mudmouth.
Mudmouth don't chase nobody. 3-legged lady does. See, you already failed. Now you lost. Now you don't win it all, Dave.
Of course.
Do you guys know when like a kid makes up a game and they're like, play this game with me, and then
Yeah.
they
That's
like
my life, Mary.
and they make up the rules and they change the whole thing, and like you just go along with it the whole time. You're like,
I feel like-
okay.
I feel like Eli's that guy on the paintball field that he's like, you didn't get me, and he got paint all over his back. Like,
Yeah.
Listen,
Yes.
that's because I spilled my paintballs down myself when I was reloading it.
They're not your color.
I
were
brought
from
different
earlier.
colored paintballs.
These were from earlier.
Yeah, it's an
different.
old paintball jersey. It's got a bunch of different colors on it. Listen, all I know is that's why I'm the Mole King. That's why I survive.
Sure.
Do you guys want to know what some of the other ones I almost used, the real ones that I thought would trip you guys up?
Why don't you save them for another time?
Nah, because I don't ever do the same game twice.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I almost used a tale of a town that thought this lady was a witch and they all hated her. And she put in her will that when she died, because the cemetery was down this old country hill that they had built like these kind of shitty steps into, and it's real hard to walk up and down. And she put in her will that she required people from the town to walk her casket down the not drive the trail with the cart, but they had to walk down these shitty steps. And when she died, the town hated her. They're like, no, we're just gonna put her in a donkey cart, take her to the cemetery. Well, as they have her in the cart, like every couple feet they would go, the casket would fall out of the back of the cart. They'd have to pick it up, put it back in. And this happened. They said it took hours to get her down to the cemetery. And then when the town got back, the whole town was on fire. That's a real urban legend.
Jesus Christ.
I almost used that one. But then I was like, well,
He was
she's not really a predator. She's just a prankster.
Well,
Which one of these was a predator that you used?
All
none of them
what?
seem to do anything. Like
Three-legged lady chases you to try to kill you.
Yeah, but she's not. She's attacking you if you're in her area.
yeah, same way with the weird. I guess the boo hags are a predator kind
Yeah,
of.
they're
'cause
more. I guess
they're not
a predator.
isolated to a certain area.
What?
All the other ones are like, oh, you know how you beat them? Just don't go around.
Well, hey, nobody.
Got you.
Listen.
Got you.
Pop their melon
Listen,
heads.
yeah.
Oh, hey, guy.
Come here.
When Predator in Predator 2, when Predator was in New York City, he wasn't, or I'm sorry, Los Angeles, he wasn't killing people in New York City. Predator 1, they were in the jungle. He
Was
wasn't
that
killing.
Chicago? Wasn't it?
Was it Chicago?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, whatever town it was.
Wow, you would get killed. Wow,
No.
you wouldn't
You
survive.
don't even know what city the predator's in.
Hey, listen, I don't need to know.
Actually, the predator.
Listen, I don't even need to know because if I knew the Predator's in the area, I know everything to do.
What's the predator's weakness?
Oh, everybody knows that. Bullet to the
What
brain.
is it? No,
Bullet to the brain.
it's not. It's a helicopter.
Exactly. The
That don't make
Yeah.
sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
You blow up your helicopter.
No, that's how they escaped in every movie. Helicopter.
No. Arnold Schwarzenegger blew him up.
Helicopter. Get to the chopper.
Nope.
What
Danny,
did he
They've
fly
not
away?
shot
What
him in
did
the
he
head
fly
in any of
away
them
in
either.
at the
but
end
the
of the movie?
Predator was already dead.
It doesn't matter. What did he fly away in at the end of the movie? Answer the question.
That's like saying, hey, I was being attacked by this crazy guy. I stabbed him with a
Helicopter.
stick.
Your Honor, I would like to recognize
ambulance
that the
saved
defendant
me.
is being hostile.
Oh, you know what? No, this isn't court. This is not Eli court, okay?
Eli, you remind me of Sam Jackson in Deep Blue Sea when he's like,
Oh, yeah.
we need to do this and we're going to do this. And then the shark just jumps out and meets him.
You know what?
That would be you.
You know what's going to happen? None of you believe in the Mole King. And when I'm the last one to survive, who will be laughing then?
You'll be the first one to die. Like, guaranteed.
Why would I be the first one to
Because you
die?
think you're going to survive. You're like, oh, I know how to survive. Ah, and that's when, like, the thing gets you.
First off, I don't ever make those noises.
That's how you sound to me.
And that's literally how everybody hears you. Have you ever listened to these
It's
recordings?
got real
like,
personal.
Like, I'll say something, Mary says something, Dave says something, then you're.
Listen, I have re-listened to these, and I'm very impressed with the knowledge that comes from a certain person on this podcast. This
Who,
guy.
Dave?
Thank you. You're welcome.
No, this guy. I tell Dave the knowledge. Do you think Dave ever heard of three-legged lady? No.
Yes.
You think he ever heard of melon heads?
Yes.
No. He only ever heard of boo hags.
Mary, which of the characters on Midsummer is Eli?
He's Will Poulter.
He's a mark.
What?
Just angry at the stupidity of everybody else the whole time while he pees on the sacred tree.
Yep. He's like, back home in West Virginia, we pee on trees.
You know, I don't like how this turned into I designed this whimsical little game, and this has become a pile on Eli make fun of a podcast. Okay.
Hey, you invited me on.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
I know. Every time you invite me on one, you're like, hey, this was a mistake. And then you continue to do it.
Well, sorry I didn't include the tickle monster in my tales.
You probably should have. That would have made it better.
Tickle monster ain't real.
With his buddy, the marshmallow monkey,
Yeah.
that's a fantastic mental image.
Dave, do you know
I
who
appreciate that,
Pasquale-
Jeff.
Do you know who Pasquale Pete is?
No.
And so Chuck E. Cheese has those animatronics that play the instruments, and he's the weird Italian guy that plays the drums. And I don't like the way his eyes move and his mustache moves. He used to scare me as a kid. Like,
That's one of Mary's arch enemies.
You knew he was up to something?
yeah, like I
Yeah.
just have weird fears.
Come to think of it, he was shifty. Yeah.
Yeah, like
He looked like he was up to
he
something.
definitely just looked like a pervert from the time I was like 3. Like I just didn't trust him.
Do you think he's a predator?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but not the not the
No.
alien kind.
Yeah, we need Chris Hansen for him.
Yeah. He's not that he came from space kind, so
Right.
I would love to see that video of the guy in the Pasquale Pete costume walking to Chuck E. Cheese, and Chris Hansen just standing there and goes, "Could you please have a seat?" Are these cookies
Pasquale Pete.
homemade?
Wait, Jeff, do your impression. No, do that like Italian guy, like.
Oh my god.
I
I don't
the
even want
drums.
this cookie.
I don't want no cookies.
Dave, you
Chris-
see what I see? Deal with.
Christopher Hansen, how are you today?
He'd probably kill Chris Hansen with that paddle.
I feel like he's more of a looming threat than an action man. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, I don't know if he's ever actually killed anybody. It's just the fact that he's there in the background, just going like, you know what I mean?
So
Yeah,
you're
with his
saying-
shifty eyes.
Yeah.
So
He's
you're saying
scoping the room.
if we had a urban legend cryptid battle royale, right? We picked 20 of the most fearsome cryptid urban legend people from urban legends we can to fight out for one. And for whatever reason, we have a 21 spot. The music plays. Pasquale Pete comes running down with his paddles. You don't think he's winning?
Why do you call them paddles and not drumsticks?
Because it's a pizza paddle.
No, he has drumsticks. He plays the drums.
Yeah, they're little pizza paddles.
No, they're drums.
No, he's playing drums, but his sticks are little pizza paddles.
No, they're drumsticks. I have a picture.
Why do you have a picture of him?
Because I was
Wow.
just Googling it. I was
Don't
going to
wanna
make it my
get into it.
I'm
background.
pretty sure the one time I went to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid, they were little paddles.
I think you were just imagining it because you
'Cause
had a crush on him.
Me and my friends
You got a
made
crush on
jokes that they
Pasquale
looked
Pete.
like penises.
Oh, Pasquale Pete, you're my hero.
Why would I think he's my hero?
Why wouldn't he be your hero?
Listen, there's
look
only
at you.
one.
Look at you.
Listen, there's
You're
only
doing a
one.
good job of disguising your Italian accent.
Listen, there's only one pizza hero I recognize, and that's the Red Baron. All right.
You know, that mustache is one trim away from me and Pasquale.
Oh, he doesn't have a beard. He don't have a beard.
Hey, it's me. Where'd my beard go?
That's hurtful. That's hurtful. Oh.
I was just about to make mine that.
Pasquale Eli.
Oh, that's rude. That's
This
rude.
this one's real weird. Is this Pasquale? Man, there's so many weird images. of
I
him.
know.
I can imagine.
I don't know if that's something you probably want to Google. Definitely not on a work computer.
That is a fine mustache, though.
Is it?
I mean, respect.
No. Mary, he looks like he's like peering over your shoulder.
He is.
Look at him. He's still following you with his eyes, Mary.
I know.
Freaky.
Don't watch me, weirdo.
I don't like how he looks like he's sniffing your shoulder.
Yeah.
He is.
He's like smelling your hair.
He is. I wish you could see his drumsticks that aren't paddles.
I'm pretty sure they used to be paddles.
No.
Just like him.
Jeff, that one's terrifying.
I know. Like, look, his mustache is like falling off. Like,
Yeah, but like his mustache used to move like this, like
That's
Yeah,
Pasquale Pete after a triple shift
Yeah.
and some
Yeah.
cocaine.
I'm gonna say, give me a triple shift at a Coke Club.
That's
He's
when
like-
he was. That's when he got his start in Studio 54.
It looks like his mustache is scared and trying to run away from
he's
him.
a goddamn pizza.
He just throws it down.
Yeah. Like,
Do you think Pasquale Pete runs as fast as Three-Legged Lady?
probably. His mustache gives him extra speed.
That's 2 extra legs.
It's aerodynamic.
He probably like gets down on his
That
toes.
mustache is built for comfort and speed. You know what I mean? Like,
That's Pasquale Pete, the Sheila years for sure.
Yeah.
That's when he was
Yeah,
dating
yeah.
Sheila.
hey, Sheila, come over here. Hey, Peter, what's going on in there?
Oh God!
Make sure you bring me the leftover pizza home from Charles E.
Oh.
Cheese's tonight.
Tracy, the...
Lay on the bed.
Oh God! No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Look what's happened. Look what Campfire Tales divulged to.
Yeah.
Started out with a wholesome game, determine which one of you could be killed by a predator. Then to making fun of the Mole King, which doesn't fly in the Mole Kingdom. And then talking about this pervert.
Yeah, that's the bottom. Yeah, it's not. I wasn't on last week and got 20 minutes into the episode listening when I heard my boy Eli literally say, "Yep, the devil's rusty old sheriff's star."
First off, it's Rusty Sheriff's badge.
Excuse me.
First
Which
off,
is a reference to what?
a butthole. Yeah, a butthole.
Exactly.
But hey,
Yeah.
I didn't make that up. That's how they believed back during, like, especially around like the Salem witch trials. That's how they believed a deal was sealed with the devil. You had to kiss its butt, or you had to kiss a black cat's butt.
But did they call it a rusty old
Rusty
sheriff's
sheriff's badge.
That is what I called it, so we could keep this show PG-13.
You were just adding color commentary.
Yeah, because everybody knows butthole's a bad word.
Do they?
Gary, I understand.
I didn't know there was a
Never.
monkey at Chuck
Yes.
E. Cheese. What was the monkey's name?
Wait, what?
Marshmallow monkey.
Marshmallow monkey. I don't know. Is that no? That's Deputy Dog. I'm sorry. It looked like a monkey in this picture. It's like,
That was
like little. I'm like,
that was also a tale I almost told. There's an urban legend in India that there was this monkey that was exposed to chemicals and took on the shape of a little man and a monkey, and that it ran around and attacked and killed people.
You guys, I just shared an image. I Googled tickle monster and I found that I made it my background too. It looks kind of weirdly like a better drawing of my tickle monster.
Really?
slightly better.
Just like a little bit. Like I kind of prefer mine, but kind of looks like my tickle monster.
Wait, that thing behind you? I thought that was bubble gum.
Here, look, and I put it in the chat. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can open it up.
It's real weird.
Yeah.
Like his arm looks like a tree branch or something. and
Yeah,
it's
with, like-
his
There's like
fingers
a-
have little hands on them.
Yeah.
Like it's like
That's
that
what
thing in
happens when
Doctor
you tickle too
Strange.
much.
Whenever he was like he first went to Shambhala or whatever it was. He like yeah, his hands were little. His fingers were little hands. Like
This just proves to me that the tickle monster is real.
So if I'd have done the tickle monster nightmare as one of the options, that would have been scary to you.
Yes.
All right, Dave, what cryptid would you not, or urban legend, what would you not want to be chased by,
Of the ones we talked about tonight,
or just the ones we've ever talked
in
about?
general.
that I would not want to be chased by.
Yeah,
I don't want anything to do with a Wendigo.
right. Fair enough. Right, fair enough. Jeff,
That's
what
the
about you?
image. That's the image I came up with when the tickle monster.
Oh my
Googled.
god, I was afraid of that weirdo.
I am.
Jeff,
Well,
what about you, Jeff? What which one would you want to be chased by?
that we have talked about, or
Yeah.
that we haven't. We haven't discussed
Do you
yet?
have one we haven't talked about?
I think the chupacabra is pretty scary.
It's a little dog, sucks your blood. I'm not scared of it.
Yeah, Jeff, what's your problem, man?
Like, I don't know. I mean, mud mouth, I guess. Oh,
I guess so.
I'd like to play a game with you.
Wait, are you saying Mudmouth is Jigsaw?
Maybe. I think that guy's like the three-legged lady. So he found his dead friend's bicycle and sewed it to himself or whatever.
The guy for wait. Okay,
Yeah, Jigsaw is like the three-legged lady, but he's like the
for
two-legged
people listening,
one tricycled lady.
Mary changed her background to Billy the Doll from Jigsaw. Jeff, you're convinced that he sewed the bicycle to
Yeah,
himself?
yeah. You ever see him get off of it?
No, you can't. He's a puppet.
Is he?
Yeah,
Even in the
Yeah.
movie, he's not real.
He's a puppet.
He's a remote controlled vehicle.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know because I've only watched a couple of them, so I never.
By then you should know.
I never saw him. I've only ever
Jeff
saw
only
him.
watches half of every movie.
Yeah.
I don't even I've only ever saw him not get off the tricycle. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
You are
Like,
correct. He's never gotten off.
In my mind, Jeff has gone throughout life thinking the end of the Saw series was them thinking all the mysteries done, and then this fucking puppet stands up.
Yeah,
Like,
got
him.
He's like,
He's
surprise.
like, got you.
I'm a real
to play a game with you.
It just turns into Chucky.
He's like, oh, my ass is chafing from this tricycle.
I've been on it for 11 movies.
I don't know. Prove me wrong. That's all I'm saying. Have you ever? Is there any images of him off the tricycle?
Yeah, they have him sitting on stuff too,
I don't believe that.
like counters and stuff. I think one he was sitting on TV.
What is he like a ventriloquist dummy?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, his little like mouth.
You want to know what the messed up part is? That doll was a doll that they were going to give to his son when it was born.
Whose son?
The Jigsaw Killer.
Spoiler alert. Jeez.
Yeah, for a 60-year-old
No, it wasn't.
movie.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they said that it was in like
That's because Eli just made it up like
Exactly.
he makes everything.
Yeah,
No,
he makes
no.
everything up.
it was in like 5 or 6 because it's when like they're showing his backstory and he was like, I made this for Gideon, and Gideon was his son.
Okay, prove it. We'll have a Saw-a-thon.
Oh my god, yeah. I just want to throw myself in a river now.
Whatever. We watch those movies like once a
This
year.
episode felt like a Saw episode. Like I felt like I felt like I was chained in a dirty bathroom the whole time.
Yeah, you were
Like to
trapped,
play a
and whenever
game?
you thought you had found the answer,
Right,
Eli would
gets on-
change the rules.
yeah.
Listen,
Eli gets on.
I'd like to play a game with you.
but isn't that a metaphor for life? The rules change all the time.
Don't even try to get
If
like
anything, I'm trying to help toughen you guys up so that if you ever run into something weird and strange and unnatural, that you
Why
can
the hell
survive.
did this turn to Jerry Springer all of a
right.
sudden?
Like,
Because I'm here to help you.
And maybe the only people you need in your life is you. Take care of yourself and each other.
Hey, you're welcome. Maybe I am our versions of Jerry Springer, Maury Popovich, and Oprah
Hope of
all in one. You know what I mean?
And
Popovich.
Geraldo Rivera.
And well, no, I'll never be that son of a bitch. You know what, Dave? Maybe
Wow.
we should start a YouTube series like the Mole King Talk Show. Let me help the masses.
When we get and we'll put this out in the ether when we get the requests from social media for a Mole King therapy,
Don't have to be therapy. We talk
They're
show
off
about
track.
anything.
hey,
You know?
it's your time, brother.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to upload whatever you want to put
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Yeah. I can do show. I can really get to people. Oh man, I could talk to survivors of actual cryptid attacks
Oh, that would go really well.
and help them through it. That would go like
Hey.
that would go real
Hey.
well.
And for our first guest, nobody, because you're never going to get anybody to be on your show.
Or like somebody who like was abducted by aliens or something. I could talk them through it.
yeah,
so
they would-
two crazy people having a conversation.
Whoa, now,
Wow.
Mary, I mean,
Because-
I'm on your side most of the time. That's a little.
Yeah.
You know.
Because I could not only talk to them and help them through it, but get to the bottom of the truth.
And in my mind, what I heard when Jeff got offended and defensive, he was defending the people that Eli would be talking to, not Eli.
Yeah, yeah, not Eli.
Oh, think about it.
Not everybody out there's crazy, Mary. Come
And
on.
on the
Sorry,
show,
sorry.
I'd wear a crown. So I'm the Mole King, right?
Of course.
You know, everybody know. They can.
And what we could do, Eli, is we could have you interview puppets, rudimentary puppets that we put together for you
Yeah,
to talk
yeah.
to about their experience with aliens and cryptids.
No, I'm
This
here
is-
to get.
This has just gone so far off the rails. It started off the rails, but
Well,
It took us long.
I knew it was gonna go great when I got 2 sentences into the tale of the 3-legged lady, and you were laughing so hard. Well, tomboy back here, and you were laughing so hard that the video was messing up because your eyebrows were staying up when your head went down.
I did. I put on fake eyebrows on the video.
Sweet.
You're a
Ooh.
secret Pasquale Pete.
Oh,
She's a witch.
Apologizer. Yeah. Are you Mrs. Pasquale Pete? He has the mustache. You have the eyebrows. Like,
Yeah, I can put more special effects on
Hey,
myself.
Mary,
if you
what
would
you
like.
doing upstairs?
You be quiet down there.
wait,
Get up, Peter.
does that make me Pasquale Pete?
It
Yes.
does. It does. What
Sure
did I say?
does.
What did I just say?
I don't like that. I don't like that.
that.
I don't like that.
You come. Everybody comes over to Eli's house. And he's like hiding drums under things and like, like why you got those pizza paddles? Those really small pizza paddles for. Hey, enough for my drums.
That's a fine mustache, Mary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, she went with the full trash go-to.
Whoa.
Oh, now you're smoking clove cigarettes.
Yeah, like cloves.
And selling crystals at an antique shop.
Yep.
But you only drink free trade coffee.
Oh, of course.
no. Is that pizza or a party hat?
That's
I
a
can't
sweet
tell.
party hat.
Both.
Yeah, yeah. Why would they make the party hat look like pizza? Come on, Microsoft or whoever
Ooh.
Zoom. I don't know who. It's...
Now she's ready for shark.
Whoa.
That's the one we should use for
Whoa.
a Shark Night episode.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. 3 glasses.
You know what? I bring you on, Mary, and look what you do.
I'm sorry.
She's the boss.
She looks like Dr. Disrespect. Like...
Oh my god. Well, hey, everybody. On that note,
I'm sorry, Eli.
thanks for listening to another episode of the Campfire Tales here at the Wicked Wild. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you go to iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to us and give us a 5-star review. Everybody knows October is 5-star review month. You can only do 5-star reviews. And if you don't, that means you're going to get coal in your jack-o'-lantern when you go trick-or-treating. Maybe. I don't know.
I think said cold.
Your jack-o'-lantern's going to get cold too.
This is what everybody's face looks like when they listen to this episode.
That's pure bliss right there.
Yeah. You're welcome, people. If you're listening on iTunes, make sure you leave a comment, something nice. Tell us who you think would win in a fight, the three-legged lady or Pasquale Pete. If the answer is not Mudmouth, then you're wrong. Because that may have been the most terrifying cryptid of them all tonight.
The one that you made up?
Yes.
Sounds like just a dirty hobo.
Because who wants to be choked with mud? That's actually my basis for him.
Like, you have to be a deep sleeper to, like, because there's dudes cramming mud down your hole. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
your mouth hole?
Like, well, like as soon as, like, somebody puts their hand in your mouth and you don't wake up, like, what are you doing with it? Does he give you Xanax or something?
In my mind, he wasn't, like, crammed in there. It's like you're sleeping, your mouth's open. He just comes real quick.
What if you don't sleep with your mouth open? Like,
and then he'll put mud over your nose.
I mean, that's like that's a pretty lame attack, right? Like, I mean, because if he just hits you in the face with a big bunch of mud, how's he know any of it's even gonna go in your mouth? Like,
I mean, he's a kid, you know, he didn't think it through. Yeah, kids aren't killers.
You're hurting Eli's feelings. He worked really hard on this.
I worked really hard on that. It took me a very long time to make that. Okay. Anyways,
cry when this is over.
You can visit us at our website at wickedwildweare.com. Follow us on Twitter, wickedwildweare. And listen, everybody. I know you think that you have to face these cryptids and urban legends alone in the woods, but we believe in you. Have faith in yourself, because the only person you need is yourself. Good night. God bless. Mole King Jerry Springer, right there. Did you see that? Mole King Jerry Springer. You're welcome, everybody.
Tell them not to sew body parts to themselves.
Why? They'll run faster.
They'll run fast. Any body part.
Any body part. You can technically sew it onto yourself anywhere. Your neck, back of your head. Oh, man, if you put it in the back of your head, you can never be knocked down. You always land on your feet.
True.
You always land on your foot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, man. Am I onto something?
You might be.
Hey,
TM. You're on something.
No. TM that, sewing a leg to the back of your head. So if you get knocked down, you always land on your foot. TM in that. So no one else can take it. That belongs to the Mole King. Good night, everyone.